celebrant Amanda Lutvey.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Just As Planned TV show and podcast. I am one of your hosts for this season, as you all know, and my name's Amanda. I'm from Marry Me Amanda, and today I've been so excited about this interview. We are joined by Anthony Ikin, one half of the creative duo behind Glo Events. So what is Glo Events, I hear you ask? It's a visionary creative house dedicated to crafting and delivering the most spectacular events in town. So whether it's a milestone celebration, a brand activation, a gala ball, whatever it might be, whatever kind of event, maybe your wedding day, the Glo experience is fiercely creative and elegantly daring. So let's talk about Anthony, who's our guest here. He is one half of this amazing duo who started this organization. Anthony grew up in a footy-obsessed family at age 6, and I want you to picture this. He ran onto his first football field, or should say his first stage, to perfect his cartwheels while his teammates played on. That just conjures up beautiful images. His parents soon realised that scrums and tackles were not his forte and that he had a passion for performing under stage lights. And not one to do things by half. Anthony went on to become the World Aerobics Champion, a top 10 finalist on the TV show So You Think You Can Dance, and a can-can soloist in the Parisian cabaret Moulin Rouge. He then has done so many different things as a creative director, a choreographer. There are so many projects, including the career highlight of choreographing the closing ceremony at the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games, and most recently adding his dance flair to the iconic musical Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. So look, Anthony's background, together with his husband Pete's background as a TV producer on some of our favourite shows, including People Maths and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has seen them travel all over the world in a creative capacity and working across so many different mediums. So it really just seems a natural step that you guys decided to create an event organisation. And so, yeah, I'm so thrilled to have you here to share your story. And I'm hoping you're going to provide us with some insider tips and also treat us to some of your amazing positive energy. So after that long intro, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Amanda. That was a really fabulous intro that you just delivered without stumbling over one word.
I try.
There's tongue twisters in there when you have to say like choreographer and all of those kind of things. It allows for space to make little stuff ups.
No, it certainly does. It certainly does. I did change a few words from your official bio to suit myself, but no, that's all good. But look, Anthony, I actually saw you live many years ago, it feels like, when you presented at a TEDx talk at Bond Uni. What year was that? I can't even remember, but it was a while ago.
That was 2018, and I was so nervous because I'd never worked as a motivational speaker before. It was like I kind of put it out there that I might want to dabble in that field, and within a couple of months I had an email from TEDx saying, will you speak at one of our events? And I was like, holy crap, like throw yourself in the deep end.
Yeah, nothing like, TEDx as your first motivational stage, right? I love it. No pressure at all. No pressure at all. But look, I think you're used to dealing with pressure like that and being on stage. But I get that it would have been a different thing doing that TEDx talk. But God, your energy, your positive energy completely captivated that room. And I have to say, I have been a huge fan ever since. So I just think, yeah, you were amazing. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
My pleasure. But look, talk to us about Glo Events, because that's what we're here to discuss. How long has it been going? Where did it come from? What's the why behind this event company?
Okay, well, you mentioned it before. I come from that creative background within dance and choreography and creative direction, and Pete very much from TV producing like the best reality shows in the world. But both of our skill sets combined kind of made us think we need to do something together. And what would that industry be? And obviously we just landed on the events industry. Our why is we wanted to create a family empire. We want something that we've got 2 little kids born through surrogacy in the USA, Pete and I. And if anyone doesn't know, we're married as well. So we're running a business together with 2 kids and most recently a little puppy that we just got last week. So life's bloody hectic.
I was just about to say, just throw a puppy into the mix. Go on.
But we thought this business made perfect sense for a few reasons. One being that family empire aspect, and hopefully our kids can grow up in this family business and who knows what they want to do with it. But second, it really is our passion. We wanted to do something that would be a culmination of our skill sets, and it was Glo Events. Everything about it, especially the creative side, we really feel like we're creative souls at heart. Made us think, let's just launch this business and sink our teeth into it and let our passions run wild and see where we can take it. And we launched it about October last year was the official launch. And yeah, we've been so amazed at just the inquiries we're getting and the events we've already done and the ones we've got coming up. So we're just loving it. And it just feels like it was the perfect decision, and it's exactly what we're meant to be doing.
I love that. And so tell us about some of the events you've already done. I know, looking on your website, you've already achieved so much, really, from launching only in October last year. So tell us about some of the cool ones.
We did. We launched in October, and we didn't really think we would get events straight away because we just thought, look, we're going to have to tender for things. The lead time for events is usually like 6 to 12 months. But inquiries started coming through straight away. Straight off the bat, we did a collegiate jewelry event, a VIP event in December last year. They've got stores in Sydney, London, and one at Marina Mirage on the Gold Coast. So we did a VIP pre-Christmas event for them at their Marina Mirage boutique. And our brief was pretty much, let's get everyone there, release our new diamond range in hope that we sell as many diamonds as possible on the night. And it worked. We created this beautiful event. We took guests on this opulent kind of whimsical experience as soon as they arrived. Then at a certain point, we opened the doors to the boutique and they went inside and got shown, their own personal experience of these VIP type diamonds. And lots of the guests were walking out after buying some. So it was awesome.
Fantastic.
Then we had Magic Millions. We did some VIP dinner parties for Magic Millions, which was early January. Then we just did a big charity gala long lunch at City Hall for Women's Legal Service. And yeah, we've got more and more events starting to fill up our 2024 calendar. But what we love most about it is every single event, every brief, every pitch, everything's so different. So we really do feel like creatively we get to fill our cup over and over and over again, and it be so bespoke and so unique and so different. And we're loving that aspect of it too.
Yeah, for sure. And look, you provide complete event management. So for people that are not in the industry, take us behind the scenes. Like, where does it start? Where does it stop? Like, I can imagine it's all consuming. And then on event day, you've got to deliver, right?
Oh my God. Event days are manic. I always check my steps at the end of the day on my phone, and it's like record steps because all you're doing is just running around and back and forth and over here and over there. But yeah, our version of complete event management is for those kind of clients that have a vision, have an idea, but they don't know where to start, or they don't have the time or the team to be able to bring that vision to life. So we can have that initial creative meeting, hear their idea and say, okay, we'll take care of everything else. And our goal is that our client always gets to experience their event, be a guest at their own event, soak it up, mingle, have fun, appreciate, and just absolutely enjoy their own event, versus the other end of that, if they didn't have Glo Events, the stress, the overwhelm, the time that it takes, the energy, just being everywhere and not being anywhere. Like, we like to take all of that off people's hands. And that can be from vision, conceptualization, full creative packages, right through to the cleanup of the event at the very end, so that it is returned back to before the event even started. And we do supplier sourcing, supplier management, catering, beverages, styling, theming, entertainment, you name it, just absolutely everything to do with that event scope.
Yeah, wow. There's so much to it. And I think, for most of the people that are probably watching and listening to this, they are in the throes of at some stage of organizing the biggest event they'll ever organize, which is their wedding day. Yeah. And I'm imagining that they're sitting there thinking, oh my God, we need a Glo Events to come and help us with this, because the run sheets, the everything, and it can be completely overwhelming. But
absolutely,
look, can we take a slight diversion? You mentioned right at the beginning that yourself and obviously your husband Pete got married. I know that was an amazing event in itself. Tell us a little bit about your wedding.
Oh, it was spectacular. Actually, this piece of art behind me here, a very dear friend of ours who's also a spectacular artist, Bruce Summers.
Yes.
That is the island where we got married, in Waiheke Island in New Zealand. So it was a bit of a destination wedding, and it was in 2018. And we chose New Zealand because same-sex marriage hadn't passed in Australia when I proposed to Pete. And we just thought, you know what? We're not going to wait for Australia to decide if we can get married or not. So we were like, let's take our wedding to gorgeous New Zealand, which is the most stunning country and spectacular, and so many different gorgeous venues for weddings and events. And we found Waiheke Island. Pete's mum, Laurelie, is just a queen of events and style and everything to do with just organization and spectacular beauty and fabulousness. So she kind of mentioned it. And then Pete, myself, my mum, and Pete's mum went over there for a bit of a recce, fell in love, and then we got to planning the whole thing. And it was just gorgeous. We had 124 people there, all flying over from Australia and different parts of the world. And it was 3 days of just festival fun and dancing and laughing and love and gloriousness and joy. And we just had the best time ever. And so many of our guests still talk about it and remember it and treasure it. So yeah, it was bloody awesome.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like something you want to do again. Look, if we're celebrating Australia now, so if you do want to do a vow renewal, anyway, that's a future conversation. But but look, talk to us about one of the things you say at Glo Events is that it's all about creating Glo-ments. Am I pronouncing it properly? Glo-ments.
Yeah.
A Glo-ment. What is a Glo-ment, and how do I create one? Where do I start?
Well, it's that thing at the event that when you wake up the next day and you go, do you remember that? And that thing is usually one of those things that you haven't seen before, or it hasn't been done before, or it's so bespoke to that type of event. And we, with our business, want to create Glo-ments for every single event that we do. And I'll give you an example. Our most recent event was for Women's Legal Service, which is the most spectacular charity here in Brisbane, who raise much needed funds for women and children in domestic violence situations. And they don't know where to go. They don't know how to get out. And a lot of them don't have the finances to do anything. So people stay in those abusive relationships when they shouldn't. So we did this huge charity gala lunch. So the Glo-ment we created for that was because of Pete's TV skills in producing amazing TV. We made a video where we interviewed 3 people that came from really tough environments, domestic violent environments. We told their stories. In between parts of their stories, we had contemporary dancers move to the song beneath the story. So you were really experiencing not just the visual of the story and hearing all about it and feeling the depths of their pain, but you were seeing contemporary dance marry up to that. At the end of the video, we had words come up on the screen that said something along the lines of, "You've heard their stories, but you should see them now." And then from behind the screen, the women came out and walked to the front of the stage wearing the most gorgeous Love Bonfire outfits. And then we had them start the runway fashion parade that was kicking off next. And the journey was that these women, in the depths of upset and the depths of absolute torture from their life, they can still experience joy. And they felt this confidence walking this catwalk. The crowd was crying and they were on their feet because they could see the transformation these women had had. And to us, that's a Glo-ment. And everyone,
I've got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps. That's incredible.
The next day, everyone was talking about it. The money raised on that day because of those moments was so much more, because we tapped into people's hearts. We tapped into their wallets. That's an example of the kind of things we want to create at any event, is those moments where people remember and they treasure and they can't stop thinking about for days, weeks, or months to follow.
Oh, I so love that. You know, it's when I'm thinking about the weddings that I do, and, you know, as a celebrant, we're only generally involved in the ceremony piece, unless we stay on to MC, which I'm doing today. A little bit later today, I've got a wedding and then I'm on MC for the night. But one of the things I always say to my couples, even when they're a bit shy, is people are here to feel something.
Yeah.
And if we can, and what you just said, tap into the emotion of whatever it is we're there for.
Yeah.
That's what people remember. And that's why I really encourage people to share personal vows and things like that, because they want to hear how much you love this person you're marrying. That's the point. It's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
And what you just said, that emotion piece. Oh, that's a Glo-ment, people.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And if you don't know what your Glo-ment can be, come to Glo Events. That's what we do.
You will find one. You will create one. So, look, you also mentioned something earlier about being a guest. Your goal is for people to be a guest at their own event. When you're organizing your own wedding, how do you make sure you actually can do that and you can enjoy yourself? Because I think so many brides and grooms get to the end of that planning process. It's finally the day. And they often haven't slept very well the night before because they're nervous about everything, you know, hair and makeup or getting into outfits or whatever it might be, started at God knows 6 a.m. in the morning. Everyone's a little bit tired. I always remind them to eat and, you know, because the champagne can go straight to your head. So how do you ensure that you can soak it up and be a guest at your own wedding?
That's where I think if you are putting together a budget of what your wedding should cost, and I know they can be really expensive events, but if you can allocate some kind of area towards wedding planners, event manager, those kind of things, because it's their job to take that stress and overwhelm off of you so that you can enjoy the day. And I do think there's really clever ways to be able to save on certain elements of the wedding and move that money to somewhere else. So it's just being savvy with where you're placing your funds when you do have a budget in mind, and just knowing that at the end of the day, you want to have a fantastic, joyous, beautiful day. And to experience that and to feel that, you need to be present. And you need to not have a to-do list of 7,000 things on that day, and just soak up the actual love and the wedding itself and leave the other stuff to other people who are quite trained and they have that expertise in that area.
Yeah, 100%. If you can afford to have, as you said, an event planner or wedding planner on your side for the day, gosh, that makes a difference to the way things run. But look, how important is it to choose the right venue, the right suppliers or vendors, as we call them? You know, how important is that piece for you in what you do?
Absolutely. It's key, because you can have the most spectacular event, but if the food's awful, what are people going to talk about the next day? The bad food will be the bloody Glo-ment, if you know what I mean. So,
we don't want that. No, none of that.
I know with us, we make sure our suppliers are vetted and they're the best of the best. And when you are out there in that wedding field, is do your taste testing. Go to a bunch of different venues. Try the different offerings they have. Make sure you do all of that kind of pre-work so that you are satisfied on the day. You know what you're walking into. Don't leave it up to luck or hope or aspiration. Just make sure you dot every I and cross every T in that planning stage in the lead up to the wedding or whatever event that it is.
Yeah. Hope isn't a strategy, right? So
Exactly.
And I wanted to now just jump to, I know we've been chatting for a while. Talk to me about what you're seeing for 2024, 2025 events. What's trending?
We are doing, I think disco's trending, Rio Carnival. And I use those kind of two things in event spaces, not because it will be more of those events, but I think people want to have fun and they want color and joy and vibrancy in their life. They want to remove, I know life is stressful at the moment. The cost of living is huge. But when people go to an event, and it might only be 1 or 2 or 3 special things a year, they want to forget everything else and they want to have a bloody good time. And so we're seeing elements of that thrive in the event space. So choosing the right entertainment that makes people laugh and dance and boogie, and then there's color, and then there's those Glo-ments, and then it's organized beautifully so that as soon as people arrive until the minute they leave, they're just whisked away and the outside stresses and pressures of life are forgotten for those few hours.
Yeah, God, I love that. And it's so true, isn't it? And I think, as you said, we want people to be remembering the event, talking about those Glo-ments, talking about how they felt, talking about how amazing the food was, how amazing the entrance was, everything for months to come. Well, like people are talking about your wedding years after. So yeah, amazing. I love it. Anthony, I love what you guys are doing. You're not, I watched a video on your website and it talks about the fact that Glo Events is not cookie cutter. You're very bespoke, you're very tailored. And I think that's the beauty of that's the beauty of working with professionals in this space, right? So if you want to work with professionals, you need to get in contact with Anthony and Pete. Tell me, how do people get in touch with you? Where can they find Glo Events?
If they just go to our website, which is glo-events.com.au, and you'll see in the corner where my name is, Glo is spelled G-L-O. Just head to glo-events.com.au. You'll see everything about our business, and there's a contact page to reach us directly. And you'll see all our recent work and hear our story and what the business is all about. So just head there.
Fabulous. And you can also follow you on Instagram at glo-events.au, I believe it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fabulous. Well, thank you so much. It has been such a thrill to chat to you. And I hope everyone's inspired just to think about things, think about the wedding they're planning, or maybe it's it's a different event, whatever you're planning. I hope that you've been inspired to think about what that Glo-ment could be. And I'm sure Anthony would love to hear about the Glo-ment that you've come up with for your next event. So reach out to him. But thank you, Anthony. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on our podcast and TV show. And I'm just, thrilled to chat to you again.
Thank you so much for having me, Amanda. Really appreciate it.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Just As Planned Weddings podcast. Please like and subscribe to let us know that you want more videos just like this one. And of course, please follow us on our socials at Just As Planned Wedding on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube for more expert insights to help your wedding go just as planned.